President Faye vows to kick out France from Senegal. Africa is for Africans, not for France, Diomaye Faye declares in a vibrant speech. The newly elected President of Senegal, Diomaye Faye, has sent a strong and clear message to Mr. Emmanuel Macron, the imperialist President of France. Mr. Macron seems deluded that Africa is his backyard garden for perpetual exploitation. A new wave of strong rejection of neocolonization has been sweeping across Africa for about 4 years now. Nowhere has these strong sentiments been clearly expressed than in the former French colonies in West Africa. This decolonization era is being championed by a new generation of African youth who seek a break from the yoke of former colonizers who have continued to dominate, control, command, and rule their so-called former colonies through successive generations of corrupt, inept, visionless, weak, unpatriotic citizens, who loot and despoil their country's wealth and dump their looted wealth in developed countries, therefore, selling their souls, their countries, and their citizens to ravenous former colonizers. Perhaps no former colonial power has continued to exploit, manipulate, abuse, pimp, fleece, bleed, and destroy their former colonies like France. Welcome to our channel. Please, watch this fiery, but reasonable speech, and let us know what you think in the comment section. We beg you to, please, help us grow by subscribing to our channel. We understand that this is a rare privilege, but we sincerely ask you to help us, please. It would be a great honor for us if you could most kindly subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. Now, let us move on to the speech.
It is high time for France to lift its knee off our neck and put an end to this unjust oppression. Centuries of misery, human trafficking, colonization, and neocolonization have caused immeasurable suffering. It's time to put an end to this cycle of oppression. It's high time for France to leave us alone. It's time for France to take a cue from its European neighbors and learn a valuable lesson in independence. Germany is the leading economic power in Europe, significantly surpassing France, which is ranked as the 3rd or 4th largest economic power globally. Germany does not exploit any country, any colony. I can mention Italy, I can mention Spain, who had colonies before, but who do not exploit anyone, who do not interfere, who do not impose leaders in their former colonies. On what grounds does France believe it can continue to impose leaders on us and make choices on our behalf? This must come to an end. And the emerging Africa, the African youth, the African elites, and the African diaspora all stand united in saying no, it cannot continue any longer. France's hypocrisy is evident and pervasive in daily life. Let's examine the cases of Mali and Chad as prime examples of this hypocrisy. In Chad, where the constitutional process has been interrupted, France applauded and its president visited to officially consecrate the new king's coronation ceremony. In Mali, where it is not the constitutional process that has been interrupted, but the transition process, France has condemned and even packed up its things to say that it is leaving Mali. That's hypocrisy. It's the double standard. It is the double language that France employs in its dealings with Africa. During our questioning of Mr. Jean-Yves Le Drian regarding the situation in Ivory Coast and France's decision to allow a 3rd term, he provided a clear explanation. He stated that while he accepted the 3rd term for Ouattara, he refuses it for Belarus. He emphasized that France has condemned the situation in Belarus and has actively encouraged the European Union to do the same. Le Drian explains that in Belarus, millions protested, unlike Ivory Coast, where there were no mass demonstrations on the streets. This is how France deals with African issues. Personally, we expect absolutely nothing from France. We desire her to cease meddling in our matters so that the people of Senegal can exercise their freedom of choice rather than being influenced by France's selection of a candidate using the tactics we are aware of. We begin by targeting individuals, adorning them with the Legion of Honor or a similar knightly rank, enlisting them in Masonic lodges, and informing them to prepare themselves as they will be next in line. Even the hypothesis that Macky Sall may not succeed, we know who is being prepared by France. This must come to an end. It will not occur in this manner any longer. Let's be clear. We have absolutely nothing against the French people. In France, both political and citizen voices are rising to hold and express the same discourse as the one I am currently presenting to you. For example, the deputies, such as Mrs. Frédérique Dumas, who regularly speaks on the platform of the Assembly, who regularly writes to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, since she is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, to raise this unfair behavior of France towards Africa, hold the same speech as us. The same Mr. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, Jean-Paul Lecoq, André Chassaigne, all deputies, hold the same discourse as us, and hundreds of other voices. The NGO endures. Like other non-profit organizations, are doing remarkable work in the same direction. We strongly urge France to listen to the voices that speak to it about our plan for a more collaborative, fairer, and sustainable partnership between Africa and France. It is crucial that we work together towards a future that is equitable, just, and environmentally conscious. If she listens, I believe we'll have beautiful days ahead in our collaboration together. If he doesn't know how to cut it, thinking he can continue to function like in the time of our grandfathers, this African youth no longer accepts it. France must make preparations for a definitive break and completely withdraw from Africa. Africa belongs to Africans, not France. She belongs to no one else, neither China, nor the United States, nor anyone else.
The poorest and least countries in Africa are former French colonies or French-speaking former colonies of Belgium, which used French-style, destructive foreign policies in their former colonies. To be specific, Chad, Guinea, Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo. But this is not limited to Africa alone. Across the Atlantic, that is, in the American region, consisting of North America, Central America, Latin America and the Caribbean, the poorest country is Haiti, a former French colony, which has now practically become an ungovernable, failed state. Do you still think the association between being a former French colony and being an extremely poor, failed or failing nation is by chance? Interestingly, the former French colonies are also some of the richest countries in mineral resources globally. So, why are they extremely rich in mineral resources, but extremely poor, backward, degraded, wretched and politically unstable? The usual Western narrative is that they are ruled by corrupt politicians. Whether this is true or not is not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is that a new generation of youth is rising out of Africa, a generation who says enough is enough. France is for the French, therefore, Africa must be for Africans. Across Francophone West Africa, the youth have awakened to the reality that their countries cannot grow and develop the chains of French slavery upon their necks are broken forever, and French despots are kicked out of power. Thank you so much for watching our video. We are profoundly grateful to you. Please, help us grow by subscribing to our channel and commenting, liking and sharing our video. Please, we need you in our efforts to grow. Please, help us. May God richly bless you as you subscribe to our channel. Kindly remember to hit the notification button and to visit our channel again and watch our great contents.